All right. Welcome to another edition of the Session Podcast. And I'm your master of ceremonies for this evening, Jonathan Coleman, and Jonathan Coleman of the Media Blast PR. And with us tonight, we'll have Rome Lucio to talk about the final collaboration that PJ Dakota recorded before her untimely death. And we also have our co-host, Jess Likes Music. Well, Jessica Starks of the blog website jesslikesmusic.com. You know, one of the hottest music reviewers, bloggers, music professionals, music reviewer in the industry right now. And she's gonna give her opinions and talk to Rome as well. And we're just gonna talk about some good music. We're gonna share some good memories about PJ Dakota. And yeah, so anybody, we normally do this on Facebook, but as I said on the previous show, Facebook don't like me anymore, but that's all good. I'm gonna just build up the audience on Twitch and YouTube. I'm an old man, so I'm still figuring out Twitch. So so for anybody that's following us on twitch.tv, you're welcome to pop some comments in the comment section. Anybody that's following us on YouTube, you can do the same. And even if you didn't know who PJ Dakota was, or you didn't have the pleasure of being introduced to her music, we highly recommend you all to go stream the music right now. And we'll talk more about that, where you can check out our music and everything. And we're going to share some great memories. So enough of me plugging, and enough of the introduction. Let's go ahead and get ready to start the show. First, I'm going to bring on the co-host, Jess. Jess, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing well, just doing a show.
You're doing a good job.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So are you. Doing a great job. Even though you just been on a couple of seconds, you're doing a great job co-hosting right now.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. So before we really get into it, I just want to say, definitely shout out the website, tell everybody what it's about, what you have going on, and any new articles that's coming out.
Okay, so the blog is justlikesmusic.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Just Likes Music Blog. We do have a few things coming up. I've been posting about, of course, this new Michael Jackson movie coming out. We talked about some local Mississippi artists being added to some Hall of Fames. And then just some new artists that I discovered that I think don't get a lot of shine that I'm excited to share with you. So if you're into music and just doing deep dives, come on over to Just Likes Music.
Yes, yes. So definitely do that. And I believe we have something. Oh, I don't think there's anything on Rome or PJ Dakota on there yet. So we'll
But it will be, yes.
definitely. We're definitely gonna have it on there. All right, so let's go ahead and bring on the guest, Rome Lucio. Rome, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. First, thank you guys for having me, Jess and Jonathan. Jess, I don't have I met you before?
I don't think so. This will be our first time meeting.
Well, it's my pleasure. And Jonathan's my homie. So
Yes, absolutely. Now I know we're making it primarily about PJ Dakota. We're keeping the legacy alive. But before we get straight into PJ Dakota, I want you to let people know who you are and what you have going on, and then tell them about the connection that you have with PJ Dakota, and then we'll get into the everything else.
okay. Um, well, one more time, I just want to say thank you guys. It's great to be here.
Yes, thank you
Um,
for being here.
my name is Rome Lucio. For the people who don't know, I'm a big advocate for the Media Blast and all its partners. So it's always an honor.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, as far as I go, I'm an artist. I'm also lately I've been kind of getting into some voice acting and a few other things. So it's I would I guess not classify myself so much as an artist anymore. It's more of just an entertainer, and I'm really trying to broaden my own horizon and use my platform that I'm so blessed to have and and expand my brand. So yeah, I make music and I do quite a bit of other things too.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I definitely want to know more about all the other things outside of the music, the voice acting and everything, But we're gonna circle back around to that. Um, I want you to tell the people how you actually, before we get into that, Jess, do you have
Okay.
any question you'd like to start off with before we dive into the story?
Well, I would just like to know what got you into music in the first place.
Oh, all right. So I come from a very gifted family, and I'm proud to be part of it. In the very first place, to start, my uncle was signed to Warner Brothers when I was a baby. I think he got his contract in '92, and it was Warner Discos at that point. He came in. His name is Miguel Tomas, so shout out to my uncle. He came in second on Star Search. Um, one of the years that it was going, when, if you remember Star Search or know about it. And then he toured with Selena. My dad was one of her drummers as well. They had their own band, and yeah, they really did their thing. And then my uncle ended up stepping away. He became a father, and really started working in the businesses that my family has. We also have restaurants. We had restaurants, and then but that launched my dad's career, who's now a Grammy winner. And yeah, shout out to my dad, Frankie Biggs. And he actually did this song. He produced the song with me and PJ. I can't wait. So them, along with my grandfather, who played with Santana back in the day, it's just been generational. So it's something that I grew up watching, grew up in the studio, and I'm fortunate enough to have my own studio now, and I know how to work it. So it's cool.
Yes, yes. Definitely. I'm glad you got into to your history, a little more. Although I know it, I just want more and more people to know about you, know about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh
It's
yes,
a
oh
good
yes.
question.
Definitely, definitely. Jess, I know you got another good question because I know we making it about PJ, but I definitely we got to give Rome some shine too.
Yeah. Well, you
PJ.
come from this long legacy of these successful musicians. Did you feel like there was pressure for you to become a musician or for you to reach a certain level? Or have they been, really supportive even if you took a different path with it?
So, um, I like your question. I used to own salons. I was a salon owner, so I'm a master stylist, and
Oh, cool.
so that aspect, some of my family, like I think 4 or 5 of my cousins have also jumped in since I jumped in. So now, along with the food and the music, we do hair. So it's really cool because the support is dynamic. But as far as the music or the pressure that I felt, I'll give you a slight backstory. One of my earliest memories of because I broke it to my father. I was like, I want to do music because he was at that point he was a rapper and he got signed to Universal and then he became a producer. And so I told him, I said, I want to be an artist, but I had been to so many shows, and the biggest thing that scared me was to perform. So I said, is it possible to be an artist and not perform? And of course, because he just wanted me to be an artist and jump in the music in any way he saw that I was interested, he was like, yeah, of course you can do that, knowing damn well that you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he just wanted to support me. So I said, okay, I'll start. And so on his birthday, he was streaming. He used to have a show called Music Business Secrets with he had a co-host whose brother is also really famous. Um, but we were in Orlando. It was my dad's birthday. He threw this party, and I was like, you know what? There's 1,000 people on stream watching. There was, maybe 100 and something in the room, and I was like, I'm gonna perform because I already had a song. We had just made it, and he was like, "You're gonna perform?" I said, "It's my birthday gift to you." And because I was 15 or 16, and he was like, "All right." So I performed, and I was thinking, because it kind of ended up being a showcase where other people would perform for him, and then they could critique it. I was thinking I was going to fly under the radar for that aspect, but I didn't. So I definitely stood up there and got critiqued, and man, it's a little embarrassing, at that point, because I didn't know what to do or how to perform. So I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I stood up there in one spot, and I did this the whole time, thinking that this was going to do something, and that's not even the vibe of the song I had, but I didn't know what else to do. That was my one move. So trial by fire. But you know what? Everyone's been supportive. My family's really awesome. So.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
Definitely. Jess, you gonna talk to Frankie Biggs one day. We'll definitely want to set that up.
Yeah,
We're gonna get a campaign with him soon. He has an album coming. Another album is dropping. So
definitely looking forward to it. Now we're gonna get right into PJ Dakota, but since we're talking about Frankie Biggs as well, I know that PJ Dakota was, if memory serves me right, you and
okay.
PJ were working on a joint EP with Frankie as the main producer, correct? Or
Not exactly, but like it was basically she had her album that she was working on, and she had multiple songs on the album she wanted me on, and we talked all the time. She would call me and run things past me. I'd run things past her. Sometimes we just bullshit, or she would pop up and hang out at the studio all day, and we would just bounce ideas off each other. So it kind of was like that, but I wouldn't definitively call it a joint album. It's her project. I just probably would have been a really heavy advocate of the project. You know what I mean? And a supporter of it. So on it, of course. But but yeah, they were working on an album before she passed, and she still has a few songs that we have. And I've talked to her mother, and shout out to Connie. Um, it's just it's hard, at that point to put other things out. So it's not up to us. It's really up to her and who who her family, basically her mother. So that's on her. But it was really awesome, and her album was great, and it is great. And I hope one day, for the sake of it, we get some more drops, because it's not, to me being on a song is awesome, and I'm honored to be on a song with her, but it's not doing as much justice as I think if she had one more, just her, that we could hear from. I'm not taking anything from myself, but putting everything to her, because she deserves her glory and her stage.
Yes. Now, before we get into the story, PJ, I keep saying before we, and I'm pushing it back, but all that this is the build up is I'm loving it, because I definitely want the people to know this. This is definitely good. Like you said about hearing one more joint from PJ, that'll definitely be great. Now all the songs that she has in the vault, are they just, because I know you've been communicating with the family, are they just going to remain in the vault, or is there a plan, or what?
As far as I know, there's no plan, and I think what it would take is, one of us to reach out. And I've been hesitant to want to honestly, I want to pull up and I want to sit with her mother. I've never met her. We'd have each other on socials. And I also want to say one thing, sidebar. If PJ was here, because she was like this, and Jonathan, you can attest to this, she would be in the comments.
Yes.
She would be. She was always so supportive of me, and I was so supportive of her. She was like one of my best friends. And I'm not riding the wave, I swear. People don't even understand. At one point we went to I'm running off a
No,
let me get back on the topic. But we went to this party in Detroit. I love Star Wars. I'm a super Star Wars fan, nerd. I will nerd out. I get fully dressed up. I got lightsabers. I know how to use them. Okay, so she went with me, because she really wasn't into it like that. But she went with me to this Star Wars party in Detroit one time, and she even had a shirt that had Star Wars memorabilia, or one of the logos or something on it. And she didn't drink. She didn't do drugs. She was clean. Me, on the other hand, I'm a partier. I'm not saying I'm on anything. I'm smooth, but I will party. Don't. All right. So anyway, I got her a drink, And I was like, do you want this drink? And she was like, Rome, come on, man. And I was like, just a sip. Will you do a sip? Just a toast? And she was like, all right, I'll do a toast. So she did a toast with me, and it was a really smooth moment. I haven't went back to that party. It's annual. But this year, I've promised myself, no matter what, I'm going to go there. I'm going to gather a crowd because I know that I can get it to happen. We're all going to do a toast for PJ. And I really, that's like a goal of mine. But back to your question. I'm sorry, the tangent. It's just I've been thinking about her a lot lately, and I love her so much. So as far as is the music gonna kind of come to fruition or to the light, I got to talk to her mom. I really hope so. It would be great to have another PJ drop, or to put out what she has, and maybe the last EP or something.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yes, because I definitely want to hear some more music from PJ. Um, I Can't Wait was the single that we're still pushing.
Yeah.
It's still great, but I just want a little bit more PJ.
Yeah, definitely. She has this one song, man. I wish so badly I could show it to you because it is just all R&B, pure her, and man, I mean, the woman could sing, but I feel like they don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they don't know.
Yes, because she some of her earlier work is she's mostly spitting. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she got like the skate and stuff came a little later.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
know, but yeah, people need to know that about her. The and the other single, the gospel single she did. Uh,
Devil's a liar.
yes, that she had wrote it for the gospel artists, and she's like, shoot, I'm gonna use this for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what? That was a good hit. Just Skate did numbers. Her
Yes,
song Just Skate did numbers. And in fact, she was on the radio. I'm not going to try to quote what her streams or whatever were, but I know she was up there. She really was, because she ended up, if I'm not mistaken, getting a plaque from Spotify.
yes,
So yeah, it was really, really cool. And I had asked her, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's the promo plan? Like, let me jump on the wave. I need to understand what you got going on. And
yes,
the answer is just that she had genuinely built that from the ground up, and she had people that really care about her and love her, and it was beautiful to see.
yes. Oh man, I'm gonna pass the mic over to you, Jess, but then we're gonna get into the story of PJ Dakota.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious. So how did you and PJ Dakota actually meet?
So, I it's a funny to me. There's elements of the story that are hilarious because she was so blunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just had a way of, and she always meant the best, but she had a way of saying what was on her mind when it was.
Yeah.
And so my manager at the time, uh, he had known her, and I don't know how they met, but he he was like, "Look, I scheduled you a photo shoot." I said, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "Because I was traveling I'm always traveling everywhere, but at that point, I was really going and doing a bunch of stuff everywhere." And I just got back to my hometown, and he was like, "We have to do this photo shoot. We have new drops coming." In fact, the photo shoot, um, I'm really happy that you used the picture you used, because she took that picture.
Oh,
So
okay.
she was the photographer.
Hmm.
So I didn't know she was an artist. So she pulled up. She had a beautiful Rubicon, a white Jeep. It was just the shit. I mean, she had a banging car, and so he goes, "Come on, let's go. We're gonna get some gas." So we pull into the gas station. We're about to leave to this little town, and it's a little farther away from where I'm at, but it's a beach, little beach town. It's really dope.
Mhm.
And she pulled up, and he got out, and he went and said hi, and then came back. I thought it was just somebody he knew, so I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he goes, "That's the photographer, PJ." And I went, oh, all right. Now, I didn't know that PJ was a producer, a writer, a singer, a rapper, a photographer, a videographer, that she edited. Like, I didn't know that she did everything, jack of all trades.
Mhm.
And I'm used to meeting people like that. I dabble in quite a bit myself. So if I would have known that, I probably would have talked to her a little more, but I thought she was just a photographer.
Yes.
And so I got out. I said hi, and she was like, "Let's go." So we shoot to this town. We start doing this photo shoot, and my manager was like, "All right, man, like unbutton your shirt a little bit, like show." Because I have this. I had just gotten this new stomach tattoo, and he was like, "You got to show the tattoo." Well, I was a little bigger in this at that moment, as far as like the weight goes around my stomach. So I unbuttoned it, and she goes, "Nah, man, you got to button that back up." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, you're looking a little fat, but it's cool. Just button it up and do it." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, oh, I'm sorry. Can I cuss? I don't
Go
know.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. I was like, "What the hell?" Like, who is this? She's just gonna talk to me crazy. And but you know what? The funny part is that, again, the way that she came across was never malicious. She just said it,
What?
and unapologetically, because she wasn't trying to hurt you, said it.
Yeah.
And so she called me fat. She hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, all right. So I'm just thinking, like, I actually, when people say things like that to me, I laugh. Like, I'll get to laughing my ass off. Like when I was younger, like trying to hit on girls, I would get rejected. I would start cracking up. If they really rejected me crazy, I would
Mhm.
laugh. And so this was kind of like that vibe. I was just laughing, and she thought, I think she felt like I was gonna be mad. So when I laughed, she was gauging the laughter to see if it was like I was gonna be condescending or say something back to her. But I truly enjoyed the realness.
Yes.
I don't come from fake shit. So you hit me with the real, and I like that. So we started vibing. That like broke the ice, and so we got to talk, and we got done. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm an artist myself." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, But you meet so many artists. Everybody's doing music. Everybody's an actor, or singer, or songwriter. They're all doing whatever. So I didn't know what to think about her, but I liked her. So I added her because we all got in this email, like like Dropbox thing. So she sent over some stuff, and we had got each other on Facebook first. And she's like, "I'm sending you the stuff. I'm gonna add you to this Dropbox." I said, "Okay." So she did, and then I we looked at the pictures, picked whatever, and then I went to her Facebook because she had just added me, and she had a song. It was before all the songs we just talked about. I can't remember the other song she had, but I was listening, and I'm like, "Wow, she's really good." And okay, I like that. So little by little, we just kept meeting. It kept happening. Like, I would go to an event, and my manager would invite her, and she would show up, but she always was playing a different role. She was a person of many hats. So she was never pulling up like, "I'm the artist PJ Dakota." Like, and as opposed to me, who's always the artist Rome, I
Yes.
was like, when do you step into that mode? Because I've never seen it. And she's like, "You're seeing it." And I'm like, "Oh, this it's not to say that artists are fake, because then that would negatively affect me. But there's the performer face that you put on, and there's that you're still authentic. It's still you, but it's that version of you that has to be in front of the camera." She didn't have that. She just was her always. And I just thought it was dope, because I
Yes.
never saw that. She didn't have that. When she did interviews, it was like she was hanging out with you. And when she was hanging out with you, it was the same as the interviews. So
Yes.
it was just, she was authentically herself. And the way I met her was just like that. She insulted me, and I became a fan.
Yes. Yes. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I'm a chime in. I'm gonna add on to that. Now, if you guys see me doing different stuff, I'm all in the game. It's just that a lot of people, we're not on Facebook. The show's not on Facebook anymore. So some people are inboxing, asking how they can stream. because some people don't read the flyers. So I'm telling them to jump on Twitch and jump on YouTube so they can check it out.
Yeah.
Most people check it out on the replay though. So but if you guys want to check it out live, well, if I'm talking to you, you're already checking it out live. But yeah, we do. From now on, everybody that's chiming in, YouTube and Twitch. That's where you can check it out. No longer on Facebook, but that's all good.
Yeah,
and
Facebook did you dirty, homie.
They did.
I was like, what's going on? Like, yeah, we'll pass that up. But I thought the media blast died. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. But hey, back stronger. Well, kinda. They
Strong. It's always gonna be what it is. It's a strong movement you got going on, Jonathan.
Thank you.
And shout out to the people who helped that.
Yes, absolutely. Oh yes, and I want to shout out Black Soul Entertainment Group. Rest up, PJ Dakota. That's GI. Shout out to GIC. That's his whole movement. And yeah, definitely shout out to GIC. I'm glad that he jumped on and said that, because there's supposed to be an article about PJ Dakota and yourself that's supposed to be dropping on Black Soul Entertainment Group. But if it's published tonight, well, I'll get you the link. If not, you'll see it eventually. Yeah. So yes, definitely shout out to Black Soul. And definitely shout out to Tanya Green. That's my queen. It's very much alive. Thank you for the support. Thank you for jumping on. Yes. And also, she's the Vegan Goddess Tea. So you can check out Vegan Goddess Tea on Facebook. There'll be some more stuff. So for everybody that's vegan and you want some good meals, I'm going to encourage you to put out an Etsy store so that you can reach people like yourselves who are not in the local area, that want to check out get some treats. But yeah, we got a great show tonight. I wanted to say this because we got to get into the thing that you've been talking about in all the interviews is about how you and Frankie, notice some changes about PJ, before, we're going to get into that. Cause that's, I want to clip that. I'm saying it in advance. How people take clips, and I want to put that out, that part of the story so people could know on a health tip. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get up there. We're going to get into that. I got a lot of great memories with PJ Dakota as well. Of course, she's one of my clients, such as you, Rome. Shout out to Aaron Reason too. That whole, Aaron Reason hasn't worked with me in a while, but definitely shout him out. What was I going to say? I remember me and JT, shout out to JT. We did the New Year's Eve special, the Blog Talk Radio, New Year's Eve special.
I remember that.
PJ jumped on and showed love, and that chemistry was dope. I was like, I don't think y'all collaborated by that point, but I was like, they need to collaborate.
Yeah, we hadn't. It was I remember that night.
Yes. I think I should do another New Year's Eve.
Let me be on it. I'm all for that.
Definitely. We'll talk about, yes, I definitely want to do a New Year's Eve special. Jess, if you'd like to be a part of it too, that's great. I'm going to put something together.
But I do have another question before I forget it.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
So I'm curious about you and PJ Dakota. Where did your names come from? Like, was it something specific, behind her name, or do they have special meanings?
So PJ, I'm gonna be honest. Her name was Patty. I have no clue. That's probably where the P comes from. Maybe her middle name was Jay. I never asked her middle name. That's something we really got into. But I can't answer that for her. I'm sure the P stands for Patty though, and so PJ Dakota. As for me, when I got my first distribution deal, I was under a different name, and it was Romantic. And so, did you know this?
I didn't. My first time hearing about Romantic, because I had known you as Rome for so long,
So my first stage name was Romantic, and I was seven, no, yeah, I was 17, I think. Maybe I just turned 17 when I got signed, and I was sitting in Target in my hometown, and this girl that liked me, I swear, she followed me everywhere I went. She kept calling me romantic, and all throughout my life, I've been called that, and it's so it's almost jarring to hear now. It's like borderline like cringe, you know what I'm saying? But like whatever, that was me. And so she was calling me that, and I remember, again, this is only a few months after I had performed for my father, and he was like, "You got these songs now. We need to come up with a name, unless you want to use your full government." And that's, I don't know. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not running that." And he was like, "Okay, cool. So you got to come up with something, and it's got to be marketable." So I was like, "Man, let me think." So I was sitting there, and she just kept calling me romantic all day, and it just hit me, and I was like, "You know what?" I called him right there, and I was like, "What about romantic?" And he was like, "It coincides with your songs." He was like, "The album name, my first album, and you can still find it on iTunes. It's and on Tidal. It's Under the Moonlight. So by Romantic, and yeah, don't go look for that."
I was gonna say, I'm about to say
Yeah,
that.
I'm
I'm
curious
just joking.
now.
It's actually, it's solid. It really is. And shout out to Frankie Biggs again, my father, for killing shit, because it's been that way. My first single ever, I went under romantic, and it was called "Don't Tell Me." And I still sometimes, if I want to, I'll throw that in there and perform it. And so it's cool because some of the people who have been rocking with me for that long are like, "Whoa, I was thinking about recutting that song, actually, just for the sake of it." But yeah, so I went by romantic, and then one day I was I was in Florida and was kind of doing these performances back and forth. I won't call it a tour, but I was doing a lot. My homie called me, and he was like, "Romantic, what up, dude?" And I'm like, I didn't like how that sounded, from because I'm used to the girls calling me that, but like I never really had a dude call me that before, and it just it felt a little weird, like.
Yeah.
So I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Look, you're on speaker right now. I'm with my girl. We're looking up at the stars. We're looking at the moon, bro. I need you to sing Under the Moonlight for me." I was like, "What type of call is this shit?" So he's like, "Please, bro, please, it'd be so perfect." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So he put me on speaker, and and I sang Under the Moonlight, my song. And he was like, "Thank you, bro." And I could hear them making out. I was like, "I'm gonna go." So I hung up, and that was when I was like, "Yeah, I'm switching this up." So I thought about it. I'm like, "What am I gonna do now? I can't just rebrand myself." So I didn't. I just kept being who I was, and then shortened it to Rome instead.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Lucio is my last name, so I just rocked with Rome Lucio.
Definitely, definitely. Oh yeah, we're gonna get more into you because I want to actually talk about a little bit about Frankie too, and then we're gonna get into the PJ Dakota
Yeah, yeah.
story.
That was a
Shout,
great. That was a great question, by the way.
oh yeah,
Hello, Lisa.
yes, Lisa Sparrow. Definitely shout out to Lisa Y. Sparrow. She's a prominent businesswoman. Actually, I know you're in Spain right now, Rome, but she's in your
Yeah.
area in Ohio. You know,
Okay.
no, hold up, you're in Michigan, right, or Ohio?
I moved, actually. I live back in Michigan now.
Okay, you're back in Michigan. Okay, definitely, definitely.
I'm right. It's like right there.
Okay, okay. Well, I definitely want to shout out Lisa Y. Sparrow. She's also another, another one of my clients. Shout out to the Media Blast PR. This I'm shouting myself out now. And she has a lot of great things. She has books, and for all the people in the audience, because I'm gonna shout it out. She wanted me to, I'm gonna shout this out. She also does sex toy parties as
Mm.
well. So for anybody that wants to check out the products and want to set up a party, book a party, definitely do that. We don't have the information in the ticker, but you can always email me at info@themediablast.net, and we could set up the sex toy party. And I'm shouting it out on the air because that's what we do. It's about commerce. We keep that dollar circulating among each other. Where everybody got a lot of great things to to promote and plug. So
Yeah.
definitely get
Yeah.
with Lisa Y. Sparrow, and I'll send you the direct link. Well, get with me, and I'll connect you to Lisa Y. Sparrow. Get you the direct links and things like that. So definitely shout out to her. Um, and
That's
for
really
anybody,
cool. For the record, I'm sorry, but Lisa, if we're close, I know a lot of the clubs, a lot of the gentlemen's clubs in and around the area. I'm friends with, like, actually friends with, like, the owners and the managers. I used to work as a promoter in the industry, so if you need, we can somehow link. That'd be awesome.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's another reason why I had to jump on too. So because I definitely wanted that connection to be made.
Yeah,
So definitely do that. And definitely shout out to her husband who just jumped on too, W.R. Franklin with W.R. Franklin Media. He also works
shout
with
out.
me as well. Yes, yes. Of course, he's in the area. And Rome, I know you do some voice acting. Uh, Wayne, W.R. Franklin, he has scripts. So perhaps that could be it could be a
Man,
collaboration some type of
what's
way.
up? And we can do something.
Yes, yes. And he has the book Urban Contemporary that's on Amazon, and it's about to be 25 years old. He released it back in 2000. It's 2025 now, so we're
Amazing.
doing the 25th anniversary on November 25th. So definitely check that out. Check out his book. Definitely great author, screenwriter. You know, definitely reach out. And we do this on for anybody that's checking out the stream. We do this on the session. I plug. I'm the PR king, so I'm gonna do what I got to do. Yes, Jay, please give me my info. I'll certainly do that, Lisa. We're gonna definitely make the connection. Oh, Jess, you've spoken. You're one of your hosts for your platform spoke to Lisa and Wayne.
Yes, Carletta Hurt with Book for Review. It's a platform for independent artists, independent authors and writers, and they were able to be interviewed, and those will be coming out soon as well. So just be following Book for Review.
Yes, definitely. We definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna pass it on. We're gonna pass it on. Definitely. For everybody tuning in, we got Rome Lucio in the house. He's keeping the legacy alive for PJ Dakota, the late PJ Dakota, who passed away in 24. And yes, he has the record I Can't Wait, which is PJ Dakota's last collaboration, last one of her last singles. And so, he's just keeping her voice out there. She had a lot of great music. She touched a lot of people. She helped a lot of people too behind the scenes.
Did
Yeah, she helped a
she
lot of
did.
people. A lot of people, got put on, from working with her. So definitely gonna keep her legacy alive. And Rome Lucio, I keep saying before. That's a running gag now on the show. Before we talk about what
Whenever we
actually
get
happened,
started,
we're still getting started. I do want to get this in though. I just want to share that actually I got the news from Rome about her passing away. He had called me early that morning and told me. I was like, I didn't know, and yeah, that was yeah. And
yeah, I was distraught. That was a moment. That was
yes,
that was a definite moment in chronological history in my life that I'll always remember.
oh yes. Yeah, that because and definitely shout out to One the God as well, her cousin, you know. When I put out the post, I had forgotten so many because when I put out the post, the rest in peace post, it was like a big long list of comments. And
Yeah, it was.
I was thinking like, how y'all know PJ? And I was thinking, oh no, y'all do know PJ because of the they were on the blog talk or they were on the they were a guest on her show, the Say
Yeah,
What. They were, and I
yeah.
was like, oh yeah,
Say
that's
what with
right.
PJ Dakota.
Yes. It was so many people that showed up. Uh oh yeah, best viewers. Okay, we're not promoting y'all stuff. Remove this. Uh yes, Duty Designs. If you're streaming, get into the Twitch and knock those spam bots out of there for me. You're supposed to be the admin, you know. And shout out to Duty Designs. That's my brother. He does, amazing graphics, logos, flyers, Also did my graphic novel as well, a Ghost Named Ray. Well, Masterpiece Publishing presents A Ghost Named Ray. He did the graphics for that. So, which is available on MagCloud and patreon.com/Masterpiece Publishing. Um, yes, yes. But now I'm just gonna let you tell it. Like how I don't know how to set it up properly, but one of her last studio sessions, um, that's when you guys. Well, you know how to set this up because I don't know how to really.
I got you. I got
It's sensitive, you know.
you. Yeah, what you're talking about is it is sensitive. It's actually
Yeah.
another thing that I'll always remember. So me and PJ, it's so unfortunate to say it like this. We didn't end on. I'm not at all saying bad terms or even not eye to eye. She was just frustrated with me, and I felt so like I didn't understand how to place my feelings in that moment because I didn't understand why she was irritated with me. And it wasn't until her passing that I understood a full spectrum view of what it was. So what you're talking about is this. PJ had a song she wanted to do. And it was one of the last songs that I think it may have been the last song she had to record that was on the album. She was done with it. And she had came to the studio every Monday for probably 5 weeks straight. And my father was producing this song, but we were getting the vocals in my studio. So we would send the vocals here to Spain. He would mix them and master them, and then she would approve, and the whole way it goes. Mm-hmm. So we're in the recording process. She came. She had a recording that she did with another producer a while back. So this is a song that she wanted to rework. She didn't like how it sounded. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So she came over and we did the vocals. And we did, I mean, seriously, stacks of vocals. It was, I mean, her range and dynamics were incredible. This was, to me, it sounded perfect. I didn't see an issue with it. So, but I noticed that she was, kind of taking a little longer than normal, and I didn't know why, because normally she's almost like in the studio, she does like 1 or 2 takes and she's got it.
Yeah.
She was very talented, had tremendous control. And so we did that session, and then I sent the vocals, and my father was like, man, she doesn't sound the best. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, maybe it's your mic, adjust your mic, whatever. I said, okay. So I adjusted the mic. She came back. He said, scrap it all. I said, okay. So we did the song again, stacked vocals. I mean, seriously, like so many channels. So we really did it, and then sent it out. He didn't like it again. He was like, I don't know what it is. Tell her not to drink any any chocolate, nothing, no dairy, no cheese, nothing. Have her come in. I said, okay. She was like, Rome, you're sending them wrong. It's got to be you. And I was like, and maybe it is. I guess I'll take it. So she came back and said, let's do this. So we did it, and it was the same story over and over until the last time. And my dad had told me, she doesn't sound right. It's her. It's not you. You're sending it right. Everything's perfect. It's just her. I feel like she's eating something before she comes over, or maybe her breath control is off, or there's something going on. And she had this slight tinge of something that you could hear. I can't place it. I'm not going to call it a wheeze, but there was something to it. And so then the last time she came, it was real cut and dry. She wasn't the warm, what up, man? Like PJ, she was frustrated with me, and she placed the blame on me, and it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not at all dogging her. She didn't know what was going on. Neither did I. Neither did my father. But now, when I go back and I listen to those vocals, and I hear what I'm hearing heart failure. You're hearing what that sounds like in a vocalist, and it affects the way you breathe. It affects the way you sound, and it affects your whole presence as you as an artist. So she was sounding not 100% to spec. She wasn't healthy in that manner. You know what I mean? And I never knew what that sounded like, but I'll never forget what it does sound like now. So to hear those masters and go back and remember that she was trying, she was frustrated, she was struggling to grasp that air, and it was so early on that we didn't know. But I never heard from her again after that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and we were not, we just didn't talk much. It was like she was irritated with me, and I understood, so I just wanted to give it some time. And so I I was like thinking about her. She was just on my heart and my mind real heavy for like a few days. And I was like, I don't know why, but I called my dad, and it's like he knew what I was gonna ask him, because he was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." And he was like, "You heard from PJ?" And I was like, um, "No." And he was like, "Well, I don't care, but we got a deal, and she missed some payments." And I was like, I mean, I don't know what to say. I haven't heard from her, because that's just how it is. He's like, "I'm still gonna do the work. I don't care. I trust her. She's good for it. She's always been good for it." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, cool." I was like, "But you know what? I've been thinking about her too. I'm gonna reach out." So I jumped on her Facebook, and I saw uh, a good friend of hers, Ashley, who I didn't know, was like, "You're gonna pull through. You got this. Whatever." And I'm like, "What?" And I see other people jumping on same day, because now I'm watching, and they're like, "You got this, PJ. You're gonna make it. Whatever." And I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, I this is crazy. So I wrote her friend, and I said, "I'm just gonna shoot straight for it. What's going on? Like, I saw your post. I know you don't know me. We don't know each other at all." And she was like, "I'm not gonna just tell you, because I only know what I know from the family. So you need to prove to me that you're special." Basically, like, you gotta be somebody to her, or I'm not telling you shit. And you know what? Shout out to her, because that's solid.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Well, me and PJ have been friends," and I sent pictures of us together, a video of us at the Star Wars thing. I even sent her "I Can't Wait" before it came out, and I was like, is this enough proof? You know what I mean? Like, and she said, "Okay," and then she told me what was going on, and I'm like, "Wow!" So I called my dad right away, and I was like, She's in the hospital, man. Like, she's down bad right now, and so let's just pray for her." And he was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna finish all this, this work for her. We're gonna make it happen, and yeah, I'm not worried about it. I hope she pulls through. Let's have this done when she does." So then, she didn't. It was like, I think, the next day that she passed, and I was like, I cried. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I I I really wanted to call her and apologize, because I thought it was me. I thought maybe uh my production, my vocal production isn't. I'm not doing what I should be doing. So I was gonna, even if it wasn't me, I was gonna take full blame, and say I'm sorry, to smooth it over, because she was one of my best friends in the industry and outside of the industry. So
Oh yeah.
um Yeah, and like I said, I'll always remember. And my dad says the same thing. It's actually really a wild thing to know that that's what you're hearing. So if I ever hear that in anyone else, though, I think that I would tell them to go get, looked at, because obviously it's when you get to that point, if you don't know, it can be something that can take you quickly.
Yes.
So yeah, those masters are a little painful to hear. I don't actively listen to them, but like, yeah, now that I know what that sounds like, if I ever hear that in another artist and we're working in the studio, whether I'm recording them or I can just hear it, I can hear it now. So
Yeah.
I'll always know what that is.
Yeah. Wow. That's something. I mean, I you told me before, but each time hearing it, it's like dang, that's
It's
yeah,
heavy.
yeah. Before I pass the mic to Jess, I also want to share one of my last moments with PJ too before we wrap everything up. But I'm gonna have to get an item right quick to show. Uh, it's connected with PJ Dakota. Is my last speaking to her. Shout out to So Bright Crenshaw. Peace and blessings. Yeah, she's a poet, and definitely for joining us on the program. New to the live. Thank you for showing up and checking out the session.
Shout out.
Yes, definitely shout out to you. For all the people that's new streaming on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, at the official Media Blast. You got to put the at after the YouTube. So at the official, excuse me, yeah, at the official Media Blast. Just subscribe, and so you can stay up to date. Because like I've been saying to the program, no longer on Facebook. I know people been inboxing me. I don't see nothing. Boom, it's on YouTube. It's on Twitch TV. So so yeah, but it's all good though. Most of the viewers are on Facebook. Would have had the comment section blowing up like on the previous
Mm.
episodes, but hey, you gotta train the listeners.
Well, before we get started, you need to let them know where they need to be.
Before I know, right? Oh man, yeah, definitely. Now I'm gonna pass the mic back to you, Jess. I gotta get something right quick, and yes.
Okay. So, for you, why is it important to keep her legacy going? Why is it significant for you?
So her and I had talked a lot about doing a song together, and we really wanted to do one. And we had a few things in the works actually, but this is the only one that we finished. Um, and she just we talked so much about similarities we had, and um, different things that we have been through as artists and being in the industry, that we even had paths cross where we knew certain people, but we never knew each other. And it was so refreshing to have somebody who understands the game to the level of where you guys can feel like you're on a level together. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you're either talking to somebody who's just starting, and respectfully, because they're just starting, they're, if we're going level for level, they're not to where you are yet, or you're talking to somebody who's beyond you and you got to get there. So she was above me in rights, but we saw eye to eye in the people that we knew, and some of the things that we had came across. So it felt to me so um, just natural, just fluid, and so why it's important to me to continue her legacy. Well, we finished this song, and I don't think I've ever shared this, but the way we finished that song, we had worked on it all day. She showed up at like 7 a.m. and it was like 9 p.m. and we wrote it together. We sat there with an instrumental and wrote this together. We even decided to go back and forth, and then the last hook of the song we switched. So she sings the hook throughout the whole song, and then I sing the last one. I was so tired. We were falling asleep. I was pushing the button. I was pushing space to record, falling asleep. And she's recording. She's like, all right, man. I'm like, okay. We switch. And she was like, I'm like, hey, wake up. You know what I mean? Like, we pushed that song out. Like, it was really a beautiful moment. And so I want that to be showcased. Another thing is, I hit the highest note of my career in this song. And in the last hook, I said, no delay. So it's I can't wait, no delay. And when I said delay, I hit this high note, which consistently I hit this high note throughout the whole song, but I maxed it out. And then the tail end, I even shot up a little higher, but that was an accident. And I did it because my voice cracked because I was tired. We've been singing all day. And I did it when it cracked. I was like, shit. And she was like, nope, I got it. I was like, got what? I didn't think it worked, you know, like in key. But she cut me off before I said shit. So she got it and replayed it. And I was like, whoa, it's in key. How do you crack in key? Like it was perfect. And so it was just the whole moment. That whole song was a moment. And so like us talking, there was times that she would call me, and we even had a plan for this music video, you know, and because she came to Barcelona and we were going to shoot her part while she was here, and I wasn't here, I was back home. And then I went soon after and I was going to finish my part, and we were going to make it look like we met each other at the airport, and it was going to be really cool. But she had taken somebody with her on her trip, and they didn't mesh as far as like what she wanted to do and what they wanted to do. So she ended up doing her own thing. But that was the time that she came to my dad's house and got to meet him. So it still was a successful trip. But yeah, I just was part of her journey, and I witnessed her journey. I was part of it, blessed to be part of it. And so why it's important to me is because of that. She deserves it.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm glad you talked about the music video idea as well, because I remember you had shared that with me as well. You know,
Yeah.
which right before the day, that would have been a great concept. Well, it is a great concept, but it would have been great to see it come to life. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Jess, before I pass the mic over to you, because I'm gonna keep saying before we do stuff.
Before we start.
that's the new tagline for the show. Are you familiar with Rob J? Rome Lucio?
Who?
Rob J. That's the new artist she had signed like right before. I don't know, right before she passed, but
I remember her mentioning Rob, but I never heard anything, and again we had a break in our communication, so I never heard anything. But why? What's up?
okay. The reason I'm bringing that up is because my last memory, well, the last moments, that I had with PJ Dakota is that she was getting ready to do a campaign for Rob J. This is the R&B singer. It's not showing up good because I need a real green screen. She had paid for an ad on the Masterpiece Publishing graphic novel. It's in the back. If you can't really...
Have I seen that before? Not that specifically thing that you have, but this picture, I think I've seen it.
Yes, it's we have the ad in the Masterpiece Publishing book, but you might have seen the because she was gearing up to promote it. She was starting up with him because before she had passed away, she was like, Jay, I need some PR. I got this artist I signed, and for the single Emotions. And so she ran the ad. Is the back of the Masterpiece Publishing.
What you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yes, Masterpiece Publishing presents A Ghost Named Raid. I need a green screen. This ain't looking right.
That's a poster?
No. This is the book. This is the actual book, the graphic novel.
Oh, that's dope.
Yes. And shout out to Duty Designs. That's my brother. He did the designs. Great graphic designer. But yeah, she had got the ad in the back. So So she was like, Jay, hit me up, man. We're gonna talk, chop it up, boop, boop, wop, wop. You know how PJ is. And
Yeah,
so I circled back, hit her up, and PJ was just leaving me on red. Like she'd look at it, leave me on red. And I was like, this is PJ didn't leave me on red at least. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even if she was like, well, Jay, we got something going on that I'll holler at you. But she was leaving me on red, wasn't hearing nothing. I think the last thing might have been okay. And that was it.
That
This is
was kind of what she did to me, and I think it was just her health conditions were
yes.
obviously more important, and they are more
Yeah.
important than all of what we have going on. So, you know, but yeah, that's really dope that you have that, man. That's
Yeah.
something to hold.
Yes, yes. Definitely. I'm glad she did that. Got the ad in the back. And for also, I'm gonna keep plugging. So we got issue number 2 coming out very soon. And for anybody that's streaming, that if you want to advertise, we got a few spots left. They're going fast. I even do product placement as well, and we'll write the product into the story. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Like I did to Sea of Things. That's actually written into the story, and so yes, so definitely shout out to PJ Dakota for that. And shout out to Rob J as well. I didn't have the pleasure of getting connected to him at all, actually, after because he had passed. So I
Yeah.
if I don't, as far as her artists, I do want to ask you, do you know any of the artists, how they're doing or what they got going on, or
I don't. It was a very abrupt sever, like when she died. So I don't know anybody really who knows her except her mom and a few of her friends, and you know, um, I did add a few people in those moments when people were posting, and so shout out to them if they see this, and they know who they are. But as far as like the artistry and who she's connected with, I didn't have the pleasure to meet them either.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Natalie Long. I don't know if she's streaming, but she had gotten the link too. So definitely shout out. She's actually the one that introduced PJ Dakota to me, and referred to her as Patty Barnett. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Didn't know it was PJ Dakota yet until started working together. Um, but yeah, anybody that knows anybody, the artists and stuff like that, if you want to shout them out, shout yourselves out, you're welcome to do that. We're going to get wrapped up in just a minute, but I want to make sure that Rome gets all the last little bit out. Any leftover stories he wants to share or anything he wants to plug. Definitely shout out to Frankie Biggs. I wanted to, you know, say a little more about him. But we gonna have him on anyway.
listen, man, he's doing his thing for
Yeah.
real. um, the K-pop industry is taken to him, and he's taken to it very, very like glue. It's crazy. And he's got
Yes.
a concert he's going to tomorrow, um, with his wife Irene, um, who's the president of Unison Rights Music, vice president, and they have a reaction show. He has the Frankie Biggs show now, and
Mhm.
and a bunch of stuff. He would be a great person to talk to. It always is. But he's got some shit popping for real.
Yes, yes, yes. I've checked out the K-pop remixes, and I know Jess is nodding her head. She's gonna go check out the music, and I know she's gonna break it down like she always does. So definitely
Yeah,
check out.
he's blowing up on YouTube, man. It's like viral almost everything he posts now.
Yes, yes, definitely.
I'll
Shout
have
out.
to call in my reinforcements, aka my niece. She's a big K-pop girly, so I know she'll appreciate that. So I have to send her.
Well, also not that I'm connected, but just for the sake of it, shout out to Cat's Eye, because they just got nominated for Best New Artist for the Grammys.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
Shout out to them. Yes.
yep. I really think it's going to be between their song Gabriella and Leon Thomas with Mutt. I really, that's who I'm. If you ask what I think about the Grammys, since we just got all the nominations
Yeah.
today, I really think it's between them for Best New Artist.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I'm curious. With the songs, I can't wait. What do you want listeners to take away after they listen to the song? How do you want them to feel?
So the hook is very important to me now. You know, the verses, the back and forth, and everything we do is awesome. But I really want them to take away that you shouldn't wait. Even though this was about, you know, two people who couldn't wait to get with each other, you know, in whatever capacity that was. It all, I feel like, is relative to not just, you know, because the song was kind of about love and getting together physically, but to me it's morphed into more along the lines of like, don't wait for your dreams, you know what I mean, like push for what you want, and you shouldn't have to wait, you know, instead of I can't wait, more so of more so the thought and progression towards you shouldn't wait, because you never know how much time you have. So PJ, with this I can't wait being the last song, to me there's a it's poetic, you know. So yeah, I just hope that people take away, one, you don't know how long you have, so you know, really make sure that you put your best foot forward, and two, health is very important, you know.
Absolutely. 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 Oh yes. Jess, you got any other questions or anything else?
Um, well, I guess just what can we expect next from you?
I have a question when we're done for you, Jess.
Okay.
um
Jess or Jay? Well, I guess both J. Any J.
I said Jess.
Yeah.
I don't need nothing from you. No, I'm just kidding, man. No, I have a lot of questions for you, but so many that I'm gonna have to type them out. Uh, but yeah, I'm sorry. Let me answer the question you asked first. What can we expect from me? Um, I actually, in my personal life, have been going through trials for the last 4 months, real heavy, and am in the process of reinventing myself and refocusing my mind. Um, I've gotten a lot closer to God, and I'm proud of that. I've shed some things that I needed to get off me, and I've really grown. So I'm excited to put uh, this next song out. In fact, I have another song that's dropping on the 20th of November with me and my cousin. Shout out to Handro Beats. He's Miguel Tomas, my uncle, who is signed to Warner. This is his son. He made the track, and he's got an album coming out. So we're dropping it on his birthday. Um, and just in case I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it's his birthday. And yeah, it's called Room 808, and it's pretty dope. It's my first house track. I've never done house before,
Okay.
so this is going to be interesting. I'm really excited about it. I have a shoot for it tomorrow, actually,
Nice.
and then after that, I was gonna drop, and I've talked about this before, this song called Passport Boy.
Yes,
Um,
you're telling me.
but I shot the video, and in the last 8 months, I have been to Germany, the Bahamas 3 times, Miami 4 times, uh, Canada, Spain. I've been everywhere this past year. I mean, Jay, I know you've seen it. You know what I mean? I've been everywhere, and I shot this video. I went on 2 cruises. I shot this video everywhere I went. So I was gonna put this all together, but I ended up having some conflicts of interest, and now none of the footage is good. So I'm gonna have to reshoot this video, and I want to drop the video and the song at the same time. So for those of the people that watched my career, if they're wondering, like, you teased this, I sure did, and there's a reason it's a tease. Okay, so we're gonna push that back just a little bit, and I have a different song that I'm gonna release first. In fact, my whole album is basically finished, so I'm just working on a date. I think I want to drop, you know, in the first quarter. So I'm working on it. And so what's next right now is Room 808. Again, shout out to Hondro Beats, my cousin. Um, and that's going to be everywhere, Spotify, all over the place. And then after that, I'll drop another song, which when I do that, I'm definitely going to do another run with you. And yeah, it's going to be dope. So right now, I am just breathing. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm just taking a deep breath, refocusing my energy, and my trajectory is higher than it's ever been. So I'm excited.
Yes. Good.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Oh, and I have a question. So Jess, you have your own. If I heard Jonathan correctly, you have your own. What do you call it? A media outlet. What do you?
Yeah, it's a music blog. It's just all things music. Deep dives, reviews, recommendations, interviews, all that.
That's really cool. Well, I don't believe I have you on any socials, but I would like to link up with you and take a look at what you got going on. It sounds really interesting.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely swap information. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's cool. I'm always down for people who are hustling like that. That's dope. So
Thank you.
Yes. Definitely. Definitely. All right. Before we officially wrap it up,
start before we start, man.
before we start,
We got to work on that.
I know, right? We've been
I
pushing.
used to say so a lot, and I started realizing I was saying so for everything, and then
Yeah.
I switched it out for so no better.
Yeah. Oh man. Just are y'all froze or is it just my screen?
It's just you.
Yeah, it's just
Uh
you.
oh. Yeah. Uh oh.
Is it hot
Well,
in here or is it just me?
yes. Well, we're gonna keep it moving, even though it's showing everything froze on this end. Um, Jess, you got any other one last question? All right.
Uh, I think you answered everything that I'm curious about for now, but we'll always follow up because we gonna connect. So
Of
Yes.
course. Of course.
yeah.
Yes, true indeed. Now, Rome, I want to ask you this: anything outside of the music that you want to talk about right quick?
Anything outside of the music? Yes. So right now I'm in Spain on a truly it's a vacation. This isn't. I'm not working on anything right now. I'm not doing anything with any entertainment. This is the most I've done when it comes to entertainment since I've been here. And I took this last 3 weeks to really refocus. My grandparents are here, so my father's mother and father are here, and they've never been here before. And he hasn't seen his parents in, man, maybe I don't know if it was before COVID. I mean, it's been a minute. So he finally has them here. So I just want to give a shout out to Alice and Roy, my grandparents, because they're here, they're loving it, and he's loving it. And I've never seen um, all of them. They just look so happy, and it's really really cool to see them enjoying each other's time. We've been making tamales. I say we so lightly. I've been eating tamales, and and we've been really spending some great time together. We went to a few churches, so it was just a really beautiful time here. It's been beautiful, and it is beautiful. So I don't have anything to say outside of the music except I'm loving where I'm at right now, and it's really great to see.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's great. That's great. All right. Well, definitely, Rome Lucio. It's been a pleasure having you on as always. And definitely thank you for keeping PJ Dakota's legacy alive. Uh, I can't wait for everybody that's listening, watching. I can't wait is available on all music streaming platforms. I know Jess is she's eventually going to get to reviewing it or mentioning it on the website.
You do music reviews.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that. That's
Even
what's
if you drag me, I would love it.
I got
Cool.
you. I got you.
Definitely. Shout out to everybody that joined us in the comments section. Rather you just listening or whatever you're doing on Twitch or YouTube. Definitely shout out to advertisers, sponsors. Shout out to everybody that I got in the ticker right there too. So definitely check out the Earn Your Wings tour. The
I
event.
got one more thing to say. One more thing to say.
Go ahead.
You don't know this, but yesterday, you remember yesterday?
What happened yesterday?
No, the rapper yesterday. He was on your show with Jillian.
Oh, yes. Yesterday, and Jillian Davidson, Jillian
Tommy
Joel.
Davidson's nephew and daughter.
Yes. I'm so used
So
to calling him Yanny.
yeah. So he got married. So shout out to him and his wife Ashley. They had a
Congratulations.
wedding, and I got to take my mother with me to the wedding, and it was so cool. We got to hang out. Jillian was there. We got to meet up. So shout out to Jillian and all that she's doing. Shout out to yesterday, my homeboy, and also Tommy. We got to kick it with Tommy,
Yeah.
and it was funny because he's met my mom before, and I said, "What up, man?" He came up. He's like, "What up, motherfucker? What you doing? You know, whatever." And I was like, "What's good, dude?" So he hugs me. I'm like, "Yo," and I was like, "You remember my mother?" He goes, winks at me. He goes, "Do I?" And he kissed her on the cheek. I was like, "Bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here, like." He's funny. That's another part of my extended family. I love them. Love the Davidsons. So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to them too, and my mother Samantha, who's actually listening. So.
Oh yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Jess, do you want to give me well you welcome to plug anything you like to plug as well?
Well, just again, if you like music, doesn't matter the genre, come on over to justlikesmusic.com. Deep dives, quizzes, reviews, recommendations, all things music. I also have my club called New Notes, which is a music listening club. Our next meeting is on November 18th. We have a random theme that we pick every meeting, and we just enjoy the music, vibe out together. But if you want to be a part of that community, just come over to justlikesmusic.com and you can learn more about the club.
Definitely.
Awesome.
Oh yes. And of course, definitely shout out to So Bright Crenshaw. I'm a plug as well. I want to say, of course, stream the single I Can't Wait from PJ Dakota and Rome Lucio on all streaming platforms, Amazon, iTunes, whatever you listen to your music on, definitely get it however you can get it. Also, shout out to the KCETV app that's on. You can get it on Google Play, iTunes, whatever. It's a new streaming app that's about to kick Tubi's ass and Netflix and all that. But it's in the infant stages, but it's going to be huge. So definitely check it out. And also, if you're a filmmaker that's streaming, content creator, or even if you Rome Lucio, your music videos, if you want to
Yeah.
get it on the app, I'll definitely connect you with comedian Zobo. He's not just a stand-up comedian; he's also a music mogul down in Florida doing major things. So he's the one responsible behind the KCET.
Please do.
Yes, he's the one responsible for the KCE TV app. So you all download that today, and they got some good content on there. And some of the stuff that's on Tubi is on there as well because he's working with the filmmakers. But a lot of the stuff that he's producing is going to the KCE TV app first. So you can stream it on there, and then you can stream the movies on Netflix and Peacock when later. Because but some of those he's got deals with those people. So definitely check that out. Also check me out, of course. Masterpiece Publishing presents Number One, A Ghost Named Ray, graphic novel written by me and illustrated design from Duty Designs, graphic designer. And shout out to PJ Dakota's R&B singer, who advertised with us among many of the other advertisers. You can get the book physical copies on magcloud.com. and just put in Masterpiece Publishing or Ghost Name Ray, or you can get digital copies at www.patreon.com/Masterpiece Publishing. And I also want to say also, if you need more publicity, if you need more, need a press release, get your EPKs. If you want to get your stuff out there to a broader audience, definitely reach out to the PR King. Who's that? Jonathan Coleman of the Media Blast PR. So definitely, I know a lot of people. I know y'all. If anybody follow me on Facebook, and I'm gonna get on the other apps too. I like Facebook more. I get more engagement. I know a lot of people, but that's what PR people do. They ain't no people. So if you want to know some people too, get with me. And you can email me at info@themediablast.net. And there's the Cash App down there too. I can accept other payments other ways. So,
bro, you're the best, dog.
yes, definitely. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for checking this out. You guys don't have to go home, but you got to get off this thing. Good night.